Hello, I'm John DePiro. I'm a volunteer at the Cold War Museum at Vint Station in Warrenton, Virginia. And today we'd like to talk about an article that appeared in the August 22nd, 2013 New York Times. And in that article, the CIA for the first time admitted that Area 51 indeed exists. Now the New York Times in its article really focused on the UFO aspects of Area 51. So let's talk about that. Were there flying saucers at Area 51? Are there little green men running around there? I hate to have to tell you this, but no, there were no flying saucers at Area 51. But that doesn't mean that there aren't any flying saucers. It appears that in November of 1963, the Norwegians were reporting that saucer-shaped aircraft were violating their airspace from the Soviet Union. So the CIA and the Army and the Air Force, not to be left behind, decided that they would let a contract to some aircraft manufacturers to see if indeed a saucer-shaped airframe would fly. Now, all their super secret programs were out at Area 51 at that time, so they were doing the U-2 testing out there and a whole bunch of other of the super secret air programs that we know about. So it was getting a little crowded there, so they wanted to go someplace that was even more secret than Area 51. And where they went to is Canada. Yes, they let a contract to Avro Industries, a noted British aircraft manufacturer, to build a saucer-shaped airfoil and see if it would fly. And for 2 years, they tested it out there in Canada to discover that no, it really didn't fly very well at all. It is interesting, though, that if you put a rubber membrane curtain around that airframe, which turns out could hover pretty good, that it actually would look a little bit like a hovercraft. And indeed, hovercraft came along shortly thereafter. Now, about the little green men, no, there's no little green men out there, but it is interesting because one of the programs that was out there was a program where the Air Force acquired some MiGs from the Indonesians, and they were using those MiGs to do pilot training for American fighter pilots. And the Air Force crewmen who worked on those MiGs wore a white jumpsuit. Now, from a telephoto lens 25 miles away, a bunch of guys working on airplanes in little white jumpsuits could be interpreted as little green guys wearing little green outfits. So there is a grain of truth to it all, but the truth is more fun than the fiction. So if you want to learn more about it, come on out to the museum. We're about 25 miles west of Washington, D.C., near Interstate 66. And we'd love to have you come out. Have a good day.